I've played video games practically all my life. So I've played a lot of games. Like, a lot. But which ones are my favourite? So that is what I have attempted to figure out during the process of this video. And that has proven itself to be really hard. Like, how am I supposed to pick only 10 games to be my favourite? Although I think I have managed to do it. So let's begin. Now the first few games are honourable mentions, starting with Roblox. Now Roblox is the first honourable mention, because can you really classify it as a game? It's more of a gaming platform like Steam. I would also like to mention that I probably wouldn't consider any Roblox game to be my favourite games of all time, either. So for those reasons, it's the first honourable mention. The second honourable mention is Fortnite. Now if I were to make this video a few years ago, it would have a firm place on this list, but as of recently, I don't play it as much anymore. Don't get me wrong, I still like the game and enjoy playing it with my friends. I just can't put it in the proper list because I just don't play it enough anymore. The next honourable mention is Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now this one is an odd one, because I wouldn't even put this game in my top 15 games of all time, but in that case, why is it here? Let me tell you something. When the original Sonic Generations came out, I never played it. I was more of a Mario kid when it came out, so I never got to it. So when Shadow Generations came out, I thought this would be a cool opportunity to play through the Sonic Generations part of the game after I had beaten the Shadow part. This was a mistake, because I absolutely adored the Shadow part. I found it so fun, so when I started playing the Sonic part, I was so disappointed. Now I know this might be a hot take, but I really didn't enjoy Sonic Generations. I just didn't find it fun. Now I should have played Sonic Story first, because Shadow just spoiled me, and I think it overall soured my experience of the game. If I had played Sonic Story first, I probably would have enjoyed the game more, and the game might have been on the list. Now the last honourable mention before the main 10 games is Celeste. I tried so hard to fit this game into the list, but I just couldn't fit it. Now trust me on this, I really did enjoy the hell out of this game, and I wanted this to be on the list. I just couldn't get it to happen. It is my 11th favourite game though. Now finally, we have arrived at my 10 favourite games. First up, in the number 10 spot, we have Kirby Planet Robobot. I love this game so much. I played the living hell out of it when I first got it. It was one of my most played games on the DS. I have so many good memories of this game, and I replayed the game so much. Now admittedly, I have not played this game in years because I no longer have a DS, so I cannot replay the game to see if I still enjoy it. So this list may change in the future whenever I get to replay this game. For number 9 we have Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a great game with an awesome visual style and amazing gameplay, but this game gets hard. The game's difficulty can be a bit frustrating at times, but this is probably just a skill issue on my part. The reason this is on the list is because I just simply find the gameplay really fun and satisfying. Getting stronger and stronger as you progress is a really rewarding experience, and I always get really excited when I have found a new item or weapon to mess around with. Dead Cells is a game with a lot to offer, that is why it is in the number 9 spot. Number 8 has a game that a lot of people think is overrated, but I firmly disagree. But I might be alone on that. The game, of course, is Sonic Frontiers. This might be a big surprise, because I see a lot of negative opinions about this game, like the crazy pop-in and other little nitpicks like that. But I don't really care about all of that. I find the game really fun, and is probably my favourite Sonic game. Now, Shadow Generations probably would have replaced it if I actually enjoyed the Sonic part. So why is Sonic Frontiers one of my favourite games? It's because I had a blast playing through it. I found the puzzles and aspects of filling up my map very enjoyable. I liked running through the open zone and fighting enemies. I found the cyberspace levels quite fun, but the things that made me really fall in love with this game, and it might be a bit obvious, it is of course the Titan boss fights. These boss fights are awesome and really fun. They get me pumped up no matter which boss. That might be partly responsible for the great music for these bosses. Another thing I enjoyed was the free DLC. Now I know this DLC is a big point of contention because some people believe that the extra characters you can play as are very odd to mess around with and are worse than how they played in other games like the Sonic Adventure games. Now I have never played those games, so I have no idea what the norm is like, so for that reason I enjoy playing as all of them. For the number 7 spot, I have to put down Portal 2. This game is incredibly fun. Now, I first played this game a few years ago because it became free on the Xbox. So for that reason, I haven't played the first game because it didn't become free. But I am definitely planning on playing it at some point. Now, where do I start with this game? The gameplay is really fun but challenging. The areas are immersive, and it's always so fun to figure out how to complete a puzzle, and the characters are funny and entertaining. I don't really know what else to say other than I really love this game, and everyone should play it. Coming in for the number 6 spot is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This game is incredible. The gameplay is so fun, the power-ups are really enjoyable, and it's really satisfying whenever you upgrade one of your favourite abilities. The levels are unique and enjoyable, and every boss is super fun to fight. This game has a lot in store, like a decently long main story, a battle arena which is basically a boss rush, shops to buy things or play mini-games, and a post-game story. I find this game really fun to play, and I can't wait to get my hands on the DLC. Just editor me here, just saying that I have played the DLC since writing this script. Very good, quite short, but I really enjoyed it. For number 5, it's Super Mario Odyssey. Now, I've always been a Mario fan, and I would always play the next Mario game that would come out, but none of those games are on this list because they are just pure nostalgia for me. But also, I never beat any of them. I absolutely sucked at video games when I was younger, and I still do now. So for that reason, I can't put any of those Mario games on this list except for Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey was, no joke, the first Mario game I actually completed. I really like this game, and I occasionally come back to it and beat it all over again because of how fun it is. It's just a really enjoyable experience to play through. In spot number 4, we have Risk of Rain 2. I first got introduced to this game a few years ago by one of my friends who convinced me to buy it so we could play it together. That turned out to be a great decision because this game is amazing. The gameplay is really fun and addicting. The survivors you can unlock can lead to discovering new playstyles and ways to enjoy the game. Creating the perfect build to become unstoppable is also such a satisfying experience. The possibility for multiplayer can also lead to really funny moments and intense gameplay scenarios. One of my favourite things about this game is the different artifacts you can find, which can drastically alter the way you play the game. This game is also getting consistent DLCs, which add the perfect chaotic gameplay. In third place for my most favourite game is Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is an absolute masterpiece. From the art style, the story and the lore, the gameplay and the exploration is a wonderful experience. Although the game can be very hard and frustrating at times, the feeling of overcoming the obstacle or defeating the boss is unmatched. I have loved every part of this game for years. I've owned Hollow Knight for quite a while now, but I first played it a few years ago because some of my friends were recommending me to play it. Now, it took me a while to actually start playing it because when I first got the game, I was very confused what it was. I'd never heard of a Metroidvania before, so I had no idea what I was doing. I very quickly stopped playing out of confusion. I regret that because when I played it again a few years later, after my friends told me to play it again, I fell in love with it. Recently, I've replayed through Hollow Knight again to prepare for Silksong. In fact, we all played through the entire game a week before it came out. After replaying, I fell in love with the game all over again. It's just so much fun. In the second spot, I have put the one and only Minecraft. Minecraft has been a huge part of my life growing up. I remember coming home from school and playing Minecraft roleplays with my brother on split screen, playing with all of his friends. I remember getting my own console to play Minecraft with all my friends. I remember playing survival, messing around on creative, making fun of minigames, being scared of Herobrine, playing Pocket Edition and acting out more roleplays. Minecraft has been with me for a very long time. And yes, I know that a lot of that is just my nostalgia, but I don't care. I still love this game. I remember coming back to Minecraft after a few years of Fortnite taking up my headspace and playing a normal survival world with my friends. I remember the first time I came up with fun survival gimmick worlds like Minecraft but we have shops, or Minecraft but with a god. I remember when I started making God World and the story with my friends. In fact, we are still making God Worlds and are continuing the roleplay and the story. I love this game, and it has been a way to express my creativity through buildings and storytelling. Finally, for the number 1 spot, I have put an incredible game that everyone must play, that has only recently come out and is probably really obvious with what it is. It is in fact Silksong. This game is amazing. It's probably only here because of recency bias, but I don't care. At this moment in time, it is my favourite video game. Now, I have already gushed about how much I love Hollow Knight, so this should be no surprise. I'm not sure how Team Cherry did it, but they somehow lived up to the overwhelming hype for this game. It blew my expectations out of the water. This game is so good, man. They somehow made the already beautiful art style and atmosphere of Hollow Knight pale in comparison to Silksong. Like, how is that even possible? Let me talk about the bosses, because oh my god, they are so fun. I've enjoyed fighting every boss, except for maybe, this guy. This guy can eat a brick. But the final boss of the game, no spoilers, is a super hard but also super fun fight. This game is so good, and I am happy it's in my number 1. And with that, this video comes to an end. Now before I go, I will say that this list will probably change in the future, as more games release and my opinions change. Anyway, I don't really know how to end this video, so